So in relation to my last video, I spoke about genetics and of course what makes us intelligent. I spoke about culture, heritage, the education, and that for me is what basically influences whether people are intelligent or not. Quite an interesting comment I got for that video, and one commenter says, am I allowed to be proud that I'm white? Can I proclaim my pride publicly? Now, it's because of the fact in my previous video I did mention that I don't think it's wise to use this in a liberty movement where you're speaking about white as such and using white nationalism, because at the end of the day you're giving the left ammunition to fire back at you, and I don't think that's the wise position. Now, I can reason with you, I can understand where you're coming from. Maybe you're just someone who's proud of where you came from and you just so happen to be white. You know, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with the fact that you want to defend your own culture and your heritage? There's nothing wrong with that at all. When we speak about the heritage of a nation, heritage isn't just as simple as saying here's your genetics and that's it. Your heritage is melded into character. What makes you who you are, what characterises the heritage of Scotland, the historical background, the historical circumstances that happened, the historical experiences. You've got to remember is that Scotland, through its entire history, and we're talking even before the name Scotland came around, Scotland was constantly at war, constantly in battles, not just with each other. We're constantly at war with invaders from outside, whether it was the Roman invasion, the Viking invasion, and remember there was several of them, invasion with the English, and then you had the Troubles with the clans. Now I can give you a prime example of what I mean about historical circumstances and in relation today with the topic with genetics, right? And as well of course heritage. You could argue that, oh well, us Scots have got a history to envy on and off the battlefield, and that's because we're Scottish and it's something to do with our genetics. The fact of the matter is, see if you were to go back in history, a time period, the Roman invasion, the Romans that invaded Scotland conquered the southern part of Scotland and they built the Antonine Wall, and it was Caledonia that they failed to conquer, in other words the Highlands of Scotland. The reason why they called it Caledonia, the word Caled meant hard rocky land or hard fought people, right? That's what it meant, and it's very mountainous, and you've got to remember they never had any of the sort of roads etc. They never had any sense of direction. It was a very forestry, it's that type of terrain. You don't know where people are going to come from, and in that sense that's where the Picts took advantage. They understood the land, they could hit the Romans using, you know, hit and run tactics, and they were able to escape, and that of course frustrated the Romans. From a geographical point of view, the Scots just so happened to have advantage, and it's not so much to do with the fact that okay they were born Scottish. Scotland's got a history, as I say, that's enviable and one that's achieved more than so many other white nations. Why is that? Is that something to do with the fact that we are something special or that? I don't believe that for a second. You know, being prideful of your heritage is not so much to do with your white skin, right? That's not what it's done to you. It's done to what your people actually did, or where you came from, or your culture. That's what it's done to you. I don't know what your heritage is, I don't know what your culture is, but take it from me, right? And this is someone I was greatly influenced by, and that being someone I greatly admire, Robert Burns. Robert Burns wrote a poem, and he was such an intelligent guy for what he wrote, and he's been listed and named the greatest bard that ever lived. These are the things I take pride in being a Scot for. Robert Burns was influenced by much of the history of Scotland. He wrote about the ancient Caledonia, and he was able to write stuff about brave Caledonia. What influenced that? Well, history itself. That's what shaped it. That's why he was able to write such influential things. And Robert Burns wrote a poem called A Man's a Man for All That, and the formal name is there for Honest Poverty. In one of the verses he says, "What though in hamely fare we dine, we're hodden grey and all that, gie fools their silks and knaves their wine, a man's a man for all that. For all that and all that, their tinsel show and all that, the honest man though e'er sae poor is king of men for all that." What Robert Burns was basically saying is, the true measure of man is his character. It's no the fancy clothes that he wears, the skin that he has. It's no your skin colour, it's your character, it's who you are as a person. Me being white doesn't make me who I am as a person. It doesn't. Again, I'm not saying that genetics doesn't play some sort of influence to a certain degree in certain things. He understood not just the value of equality, right? He could see past that, and what his verse is basically saying is, you know, just like tinsel, it's all but for show. Like my skin, that's all for show. What worth is that? That's no worth anything. You could own a car for all I care. You could own your own house for all I care. Own as much money as you want. At the end of the day, that's no your character. That's no what shapes who you are. And in relation to that, when you speak about heritage, it's about the historical background. It's about what they've actually achieved. I'm proud of being Scottish. Scotland stood about 500 odd years against the likes of the you know, the Romans and the likes of the Vikings and stuff like that, against these sort of people. And Scotland, known as Caledonia at the time, brave Caledonia, had stood unconquered and free because of what it's actually achieved, and that is what would characterise our heritage. With so much grit and determination, a very hard fought and hard working people, and that's who characterises what makes up the Scottish people today. When you speak about historical circumstances, what's the welfare state done, right? What's the like of social security done? What's all of these things such as a government dependency done? It's destroyed the incentives for hard working folk. This is a country that's got, you know, all 10,000 years of history, and yet in the space of 100 years, look at the difference that it made with socialism, because of the social security, because of the likes of the welfare state. It turned what shaped a hard working and hard fought people into many people who now lack the incentive. You go back before the Scottish Enlightenment, before the Industrial Revolution, and our people were always characterised by a very, you know, hard working, hard fought people. That was always the case. I'm not saying all Scots are like that, because there's many Scots who are still very much a hard working people, but so wherever you come from, where you come from, what you look like, right? That's what to be proud of, right? People look at you and they say, oh, he looks Scottish, or I can see he actually looks Italian, right? It's an identity. That is what you should be proud of. See, being proud of being white, it's almost as if it's creating this sort of divisionist society between white and black people, as if to say, I'm white, I don't want it, and I talk to do with you. If you want to be pedantic about it, take a look at the type of Scots that have blonde hair. Because see, my ancient ancestry, they had dark eyes, they had dark hair, they weren't blonde, they never had light eyes. They were, you know, Scandinavian. They came from the likes of, and that's why there are some names, I think Stevenson for example. These, you could be pedantic and say, well, you're no Scottish because of the fact that you've got a name that's something Viking, and you're just a foreigner that came here. It's just, and I'm not having a go at you. I'm just saying that if you want to be so pedantic about it, we could honestly go through the whole of Scotland and say that off Frisney or anybody who isn't Pictish get to... Heritage is more about, you know, history. It's more about the circumstances, what the achievements, in other words. What you really should be proud of is your identity. Take me, for example. I'll take pride in my identity for what I look like, the identity of my accent, and I always have. That's why I did Scottish accent videos. That's not something you can change, and I would want to protect that, because it's what makes us Scottish, it's what makes us unique, it's what makes us different, and I would never want to see that disappear. I would like to hear your own opinion. Why are you proud of your heritage? To be honest with you, I don't really think it's to do with your skin. A lot more to do with it, and I can understand where you're coming from in that regard.
Enjoy politics, history and economics? Love the message of liberty and interested in libertarianism? If so, with your support you can help drive this channel to greater heights, to reach out to a greater and wider audience, to spread the message of liberty. So be sure to hit the subscribe button on my channel page, and also if you want to keep notified of the videos I post, be sure to hit the bell icon. Since revamping my channel in my unfortunate absence for a spell, I'm now determined more than ever to take this channel to greater heights than before. Again, with your support, be sure to also smash that like button, as it will not only take this channel to greater heights, it will help push the message of liberty out to a wider audience. Be sure to also comment, favourite the video, playlist it and share it. Lastly, to those who have followed for so long, thank you for your continued loyal support as you help make this channel what it is.
Anyway folks, thank you for watching my video and I shall talk to you later. Cheers.